The following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.
Beam walks in. That shot, he scores! Aiden Beam makes it 1-0 with 6:18 to go in the third, and a 5-on-3 power play goal for the Capitals.
It's time for Oahe Capitals hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Capitals are brought to you by Leisure Palace, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, AGE, Kathy Sunshine Properties, and Dakota Storm Roofing.
Goes back out. There's a shot and they score! A shot from Bridger Babcock. I believe it went off Brandon Valley and in, and it was tipped in as Bridger Babcock will get the first of the game, his second of the season.
The Capitals are also brought to you by Beck Motor Company, Ferding Electric, First Fidelity Bank, Xander Auto Parts, State Farm Becky Potsuba Agency, and River Bottom Sanitation.
Here's a 3-on-1 developing for the Capitals. Kitts moving in with Schweitzer. Kitts leaves it back for Dodson. He scores! And Dylan Dodson gives the Caps a 4-3 lead.
The Oahe Capitals are also brought to you by American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, the Boys and Girls Club, Hermanson Endodontics, Weatherall Roofing, Wagner Auto, and the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. And now for the call, let's head to the booth and the voice of the Oahe Capitals, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you here to the Mitchell Toshiba as we are getting set for Game 1 of the 2025-26 season as the Oahe Capitals will take on the Mitchell Marlins. Here tonight, the Capital girls won earlier today 2-1. Kirsten Miller and Micah Buffalo both scored to help get the win as Kylie Fromm had 22 saves on 23 shots. And this Capitals team now on the boys' side looking to get the win in their first game of the 2025-26 season. Mitchell Marlins are coming in having already played once already this season. They lost 8-4 yesterday, last night to Sioux Falls West in Sioux Falls, as it was Wyatt Rezac, Drake Grenier, Everett Morrison, and Cade Sabers all scoring goals. It was 3-3. Midway points, over halfway point of the second period, with 5 straight goals for Sioux Falls, 2 to end the second period. Another 3 in that first part of the third period gave the Flyers that win 8-4 to open up 1-0. And Mitchell will be looking for their first win here this evening. Gavin Polrides was the starter in net. Mitchell had just 13 shots on goal. Polrides faced 66 shots and had 58 saves of those 66 shots. Big thing about what the Mitchell Marlins don't have this year, Parker Denny graduated. He had was one of the best scorers in the league. If there wasn't anybody named Wyatt Reeder in the state, Denny would have been leading the state in goals. He had 43 last year. Brody Holz had 17. Eston Schlimgen had 10. To make that, Holz had 17. Schlimgen had 10. Lewis Yerke also had 10 as well. So really, you look at Everett Morrison returning with those 26 goals. He's their guy that they would rely on going into this season, early on in the season, because most of those goals have graduated from last year's team. And this is a team that's looking to try and figure out who's going to be scoring for them. Obviously had 4 different goal scorers last night, and Rezac, Sabers, Grenier, and Morrison. But they're looking for a lot more goals to be put up. When you look at this, the top 9 forwards for Mitchell Marlins, and you take away Everett Morrison, they have a combined 6 goals from last year. Make that 5 goals from last year. Grenier had 2, Jack Cohn had 1, Alex Reimnitz had 1, Axel Reimnitz had 1, and Parker Rauscher had 1 for the Mitchell Marlins. And then the defensive side, Connor Deegan had 6 assists, Carson Zeal had 5 assists, but only 2 goals returned on the defensive side of things, so not a whole lot of goals are back outside of Everett Morrison. And then obviously their goalies in Ian Vaughn. Ian Vaughn was the goalie that helped this Mitchell Marlins team go 11-11 overall. They went 11-9-0-2. too. But he had all the starts. Sebastian Rieger played in a couple of games. Gavin Polrice did not play in any games. He got the start, obviously, last night against Sioux Falls West, and we'll see who the starter is in this contest. It might be Rieger after Polrice started last night. But there is, a lot of uncertainty or a lot of question marks for the Mitchell Marlins. For the Oahe Capitals, well, they aren't returning a whole lot of goal scoring from last year because they didn't score a whole lot from last year. But Dylan Dotson does return, who was the highest goal scorer and point getter, 23 goals and 18 assists. He and Keegan Kitts were the two main scorers for the Oahe Capitals overall in their games last year. And then the same are said on the goalie side of things. Jackson Youngworth started every single game. There were guys that were able to get into the game as the season went on, but nobody started other than Youngworth. And the same is for the Mitchell Marlins. Nobody had started other than Vaughn last year, so they're looking for their first opportunity to see different guys in net. Noah Luking will be the one to get things started for the Capitals. Jace Hand will be the backup goalie, and looks like maybe he will be the potentially the starter tomorrow against the Aberdeen Cougars. But it is 5 goalies between the two teams, between JV varsity. There's a lot of competition for this starting varsity goalie spot, and especially early on, you're going to see a lot of different guys probably get starts, and a lot of different guys get an opportunity, and see who can make the most of it and who can take that starting role this year for the Oahe Capitals. But it will be Luking that will be the one that will start first for the Capitals, as he will be looking at his first varsity start. And we'll see again if it will be Sebastian Rieger or Gavin Polrice that will be the starter in net for the Mitchell Marlins. It is the opening game of the season between these two teams. We will talk with Coach Landon Badger of the Oahe Capitals. That'll be coming up next. You're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Oahe hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. Driven by community, powered by you.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience and their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
Hi, this is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Join me as Coach Landon Badger as the White Capitals take on the Mitchell Marlins to open up the season here tonight. Coach, you come in, this is a more veteran leader team, laden team than last year, obviously, with almost everybody returning that didn't have any varsity experience last year, now has the varsity experience coming into this year. How much has that helped getting ready for this first game of the season?
It just kind of helps with every single kid that's new coming into the program this year on our JV and varsity level. Being able to kind of set the tone and set the expectations early on. Those older guys have really done a good job and allowed our young kids to come into having the right mindset of what we want, having that competitive aspect right away instead of just kind of trying to learn the game. And so we're really looking forward to seeing how they go out there and kind of put it all together.
This is the first weekend of the season, but Mitchell did play last night against Sioux Falls West, ended up losing 8-4 in that game. I know it's early season, so a lot of guys are fresh, but how much can that be a benefit to you guys that they've already played that first game? Yeah,
it should be an advantage to us. Having 3 more periods under their belt is one thing for experience, but another thing for fatigue. And us having fresh legs to start it out, we should be able to go out there and set the tone early on and really make Mitchell have to kind of chase for it versus just kind of playing that even game between each other. And we think that we are ready to go in that aspect and are very experienced to be able to just kind of put it to them early on, and hopefully the outcome comes our way by the end then.
One of the guys that returns for you, Dylan Dodson, who led the team in goals and assists and being into his senior year, how much are you relying on him, especially early on, to be a leader, a vocal leader, and a scoring leader early on?
Yeah, last year I think we had to lean on him so much that this year we're hoping that we can actually take a little bit of the weights off of his shoulders. We've got a lot more guys that are a little bit more of a two-way player and more goal-scoring mindset, and so hopefully we don't have to lean on him every single time, and we know that he's going to go out there and produce. He's a really good athlete, and the best part about it is that we've got another 12, 13 kids right behind him that are right there with him and are starting to do some of the same traits that he kind of showed last year, which is awesome. That's what starts to lead to having a successful hockey team, and it starts to lead to having an experienced team all the way around and a well-rounded team.
And Noah Lukey will get the start in net here for you, and obviously whoever was going to get the start was going to get their first varsity start after Jackson had all the starts last year. Again, we talked about it in Coach's Corner, but how important it is for Noah to see a shot early on, maybe see a B or C type of a shot to get a good save, to get in that flow of the game and kind of settle down the nerves.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about it being his first game, but his first experience started the day that we started this season. Our kids have been giving him that mindset early on of that varsity shot early, just along with all of our other 4 goalies, and getting us in the right mindset, so that way when it comes to his first shot coming at him, he's comfortable and ready to go.
Special teams, could be a factor, always seems to be a factor. How important is it to stay out of the penalty box, but to be able to capitalize if you guys are on the power play?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a crucial part of the game, and we kind of saw that last year, that when we didn't have that good of a power play, it really kind of hurt us. Being able to kind of take that advantage with a man up is really crucial, and we're going to learn a lot throughout these first few weeks when it comes to the power play. We're going to struggle on it. We're going to do well on it. We know that, and so there's the ups and downs, and we just talk about having all of our kids stay even keel through it all.
Biggest key for a win here tonight?
Sticking to the plan, just like we kind of talked about earlier this week, is really sticking to our structure, focusing on what we want to accomplish, keeping everything short and sweet, and really going to them early on. And once you put the pedal down, don't ever let off of it.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
As head coach Landon Badger of the Oahe Capitals, back with more of the pregame show next here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Looking for a trusted partner in your automotive journey? Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer, is here for all your car buying, service, and repair needs. Whether you're shopping for a new ride, keeping your vehicle running smoothly, or looking for expert advice, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, along with a service department you can count on. Come down to Beck Motor Company, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. BeckMotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Since 1956, Ferding Electric has been serving South Dakota with reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work. Their team of licensed, knowledgeable electricians will help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential, commercial, or agriculture. We know how to get the job done right. The history of Ferding Electric is something to be very proud of, and they work every day to ensure they remain the best electricians in Central South Dakota. Call 224-8684 or visit their website at Ferding.com. That's Ferding.com.
When you bank with First Fidelity, we reinvest your deposit right back into our community. We make loans to local families, farms, and small businesses. Community reinvestment is one of our basic purposes. It's vital to the local economy. It also helps grow our community. Stop by one of our branches today. First Fidelity Bank, first-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
When the whistle blows and the season begins, you need more than skill to stay in the game. From football pads and hockey sticks to golf clubs, bikes, and fishing gear, your equipment is an investment. At State Farm, we help make sure it's protected because accidents happen, bags get stolen, gear gets damaged, and games get rough. With the right coverage, you can get back in action fast.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Hi, this is Cooper Beestrom, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, we continue to get set here for the Oahe Capitals and the Mitchell Marlins as you're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Eliza Mayer is back in the studios. John Wickler with you on this Saturday night. Glad you're with us to open up the 2025-26 season. The Capitals 7-15 last year. Mitchell went 11-9-0-2 as the number 7 seed in the state tournaments. They are 0-1 to start this season, losing 8-4 last night to Sioux Falls West. Last year, the Capitals, when you look at the lines here for the day-to-day for the Capitals, especially the three groups, those first three groups of lines, you have Brecken Furman, who will be making his varsity debut, and Caden Waltai, who will make his varsity debut as well. And then you have, looking at the defensive side, if you run six defensemen, Ryan Anderson will make his varsity debut. That is a lot different than last year's team. When I make our line sheet and ready to go and get the projected lines from the coaches, if they, the first game of the season, I always put what they had for last year. Well, last year, the first game of the season, Dylan Dodson and Keegan Kitts, there were a couple guys that did have some varsity experience, but they didn't have a lot of varsity experience. There wasn't a whole lot of stats to go around. There was a lot of no 23-24 stats. Now there is not very many that says no 24-25 stats. So that's a good sign for this Capitals team to have a lot of guys returning and getting ready for this opening game. And there's a lot of maybe a little bit less of nerves going into the first game. You always have a little bit of nerves in that first game of the season, but that experience from last year can be really beneficial heading into this season and being able to then move in and feel confident. The more confidence that each team has and each player has will be huge for this Hawaii Capitals group as they start the season here tonight. They will play in Aberdeen tomorrow afternoon. The girls will play first at 11. The boys will play at 3 o'clock at the ODI Center. We'll return one more time, one more break, and we'll return with the starting lineups and puck drop between the Caps and the Marlins back after this here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Giving Tuesday is quickly approaching, a day when generosity transforms lives. At the Boys and Girls Club of the Capital area, every dollar you give helps open doors for local kids to learn, grow, and thrive in a safe and supportive environment. Your gift provides mentoring, academic support, and experiences the school can't provide, all in a place that believes every child has a great future. Your donation makes a real difference and could help you save on taxes. To donate, visit bgccaparea.org or contact the club at 605-295-4412. Help kids and make a lasting impact.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local family-owned full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Hi, this is Dylan Dotson, the captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The Mitchell Marlins are set to take the ice. The Capitals are already on the ice as they've got the light show going here at the Mitchell Toshiba. We're just about set as it is Gavin Polreis that will be leading the team out on the ice. So Polreis will get the start for a second straight game. Again, the Caps are going with Noah Luking, and they will go with that line of Dylan Dodson, Aiden Bowder, Reckon Furman, Aiden Beam, and Bridger Babcock. We will send it over for introduction of our starting lineups.
And your hometown, Mitchell Marlins. First for the Oahe Capitals, number 10, Reckon Furman. Number 11, Dylan Dodson. Number 36, Aiden Bowder. Number 55, the demon, number 31, Brett Penny. Number 44, Connor Diaz. And in the Heights, number 29, Gavin Polaroid. The anthem's been played, so let's play hockey!
So those starters again for you: Dylan Dodson, Aiden Bowder, and Brecken Furman, the three forwards. Aiden Beam and Bridger Babcock, the two defensemen. Noah Luking in between the pipes. Cade Sabers, Drake Grenier, and Everett Morrison, the three forwards for the Mitchell Marlins. Connor Deegan and Brennan Penny, the two defensemen for the Marlins. And Gavin Polrice will be the goalie in his second game. He faced 66 shots last night, made 58 saves. So he's either going to be locked in or pretty tired. He saw a lot that will make him, again, ready to go for this game, or he's going to have a lot of fatigue. We'll see if the Caps can pepper shots early on. Season is underway as the opening puck drop is going to be taken by the Mitchell Marlins after it got to the far side of the ice. And in is Mitchell early on. Looking for a shot was Morrison, unable to get a shot away on Luking. And the Capitals now will break into the neutral zone. Aiden Bowder will take it with a pass across over for Aiden Beam. Beam moves in as the defenseman, and there's a shot that was blocked. It will go into the netting, and we get a whistle here early on, just 18 seconds in to this first period. Both these goalies technically making their varsity debuts in the first games of the season. Obviously, again, Polrice was playing last night, but Luking makes his varsity debut here in this game. As this will be around the near side. Capitals in the offensive zone right now. Into the corner, trying to pick it up as the Capitals. And that pass will come across. Beam was trying to either get a stick, maybe had a stick lifted out of his hands. And Bridger Babcock from his blue line. Pass goes up. It was initially intercepted by the Marlins, but it comes to Dylan Dodson. Dodson in the neutral zone, carries in the offensive end, trying to move around the defenseman, but a good play from Connor Deegan. He'll try and step up offensively, but a good stick from Cooper Beestrom, and now the other way go the Capitals. Caps are moving in, but it is going to be offside. A little bit of a late whistle from the linesman, and it will be an offside against the Caps with 16:01 to go, 59 seconds into this hockey game. No shots on goal yet. No score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. Face-off will be just outside of the Marlins blue line. Ian Schweitzer will take the face-off. It moved into the offensive end. Now it just keeps pinballing around right at the linesman's feet. And the Capitals eventually come away with it at their own blue line. And then this will be sent into the bench of the Capitals. And we will get a whistle. That was kind of close. If it had taken another partial deflection, it could have came up here near the laptop. Face-off will be inside the Capitals' defensive zone to the right of Luking. Jack Cohn will take the face-off against Ian Schweitzer. Marlins looking for their first shot on goal. They will win the face-off, but then lose the puck. Axel Reimnitz lost it to the Capitals, and as Logan Anderson tried to move it up, it goes off for Asher Vandenbos. And Vandenbos will play here to the near side. Beestrom moves up the middle of the ice, but that pass is intercepted. And the Marlins will dump it back in and go for a change. Landry Van Rokel for the Caps will get back to it behind his own net. And Van Rokel will come here to the near side for Anderson. His pass between two Capitals, but Ian Schweitzer picks it up. And here is Schweitzer moving it in, leaving it, and then trying to get to the puck was Vandenbos. He shouldered off a check, and then it's still played in the offensive zone. Didn't have the speed on the pass that was left behind. And it does come out of the zone. Anderson will leave it back over for Aiden Beam. Beam will turn a circle to his forehand. His pass goes for Dodson. And now Dodson and Furman will move in along with Anderson. Dodson trying to split through two defensemen. Puck is still free. Logan Anderson with a shot, and the save is made. Backhanded pass near the front of the net, and it was poked away from Polrice, who couldn't cover it. 14:40 to go here in the first period. That puck still behind the net as the Marlins will move it up to the near side. And in the corner, it is going to be taken by number 14 and Mason Deegan. Out of the zone, might have been by Connor Deegan. Now it's moved into the offensive end. There's a backhander and a save made by Luking. That one coming from Drake Grenier. And we get a whistle, and that is the first and only official shot on goal. And Luking makes his first save of his varsity career. 14:20 to go here in the first period. No score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Grenier will take the face-off to the right of Luking. It'll be Zeal, his shot that's blocked, and now Brecken Furman's got a breakaway if he can get to the puck. Furman moving in, but a good stick to swing it away with Zeal. Got a piece of it. His pass from Furman goes to Dodson. He shoulders off of a check and trying to play the puck still up the boards on the far side. Aiden Bowder got to it. He took a hit from two different Marlins players. Bridger Babcock in the neutral zone will send it back in as the Caps make a change. Under 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes gone by here in the first period. Logan Anderson for the blue line. That went all the way through, and a save made by Polarize. Maybe going wide of the net. 13:47 to go, but that is the first official save of the night for Gavin Polarize. Face-off will be to the left of Polarize. Schweitzer will take the face-off. Trying to win it over to Anderson. Bouncing puck. Schweitzer centers one off the stick of Polarize. And now it'll be the Marlins that will get into the neutral zone, but that's intercepted by Anderson again. Logan Anderson will swing wide on his strong wing. There's a pass, a shot, and a left pad save made. Just got the toe out was Polarize to somehow make that save. Cooper Beestrom now within the neutral zone, trying to split the defense of Grenier and Sabres. Pass will come back to the far side. Keaton Sabres will try and move it in the offensive end. At the blue line for the Capitals. Out to the red line, and now it's Brennan Penny that will start to move in, but he was checked off the puck. Van Rokel goes cross ice. This puck will make its way back to the Capitals' blue line, and the Caps will get possession. Van Rokel will step up into the offensive zone. He fans on a shot, gets it back. There's another shot and a save made off the blocker of Polarize. That puck will bounce over to the far side. Dodson will get to it. Was able to take the stick away, knock the stick free of one of the Marlins defensemen. Then Dodson trying to bank it off of one of the Marlins players to Polarize, and a save made by Polarize and gets the whistle with 12:35 remaining here in the first period. Early action, 2 shots on goal for the Capitals, just 1 so far for the Marlins. This face-off is won by Dodson. Furman leaves it back for Babcock. His shot goes wide, looking for a redirect. It'll be grabbed on that far side of the ice by Caden Schultz, but held in by the Capitals. Make that a shot by Beam. Now we're going to get our first penalty coming up against the Capitals. It is going to be a trip. And it looks like Aiden Bowder is going to be the one to go to the penalty box with 12:16 remaining here in the first period. So Bowder to the penalty box, and the Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill will get to work with 12:16 to go here in the first period. Mitchell Marlins looking to get on the scoreboard first. They tied the game up 3 different times against Sioux Falls West before losing 8-4. Connor Deegan's able to hold the zone on the near side of the blue line, walks it in, and shoots it wide at Luking. Over on the far side, that bouncing puck. It'll be grabbed behind the nets. And the Caps nearly a slash, but the play continues in the zone. That one got shot over the top of Luking. Deegan will pinch in to hold it in, and this power play is able to set up again for the Marlins. That pass to the front of the net, that one went right through the blue paint, and there's a wind-up shot that was fanned on, and it'll come back out for Deegan. Another shot that somehow got through and right into the glove of Luking as he makes the save with 11:40 to go here in the first period. 1:25 to go in the man advantage for the Marlins. Owen will take the face-off again. He's with Morrison on the ice as well. Deegan trying to win it back to either Deegan or Morrison. He'll win it back to Morrison. And then that puck got into the netting. We get a whistle with 11:36 to go here in the first period. Still no score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Owen will take the face-off again to the right of Luking. He'll win it back to Morrison, but then stepping in front of him is Van Rokel, and he'll send it down the ice. Polarize will get the paddle on it and then swing it here to the near side. It was almost grabbed by the Capitals. And it does come out of the neutral zone where Van Rokel will send it all the way back down again. Marlins will reset in their own end of the ice. Pass on open ice where Logan Anderson will send it back in and off the glass behind the net. 55 seconds to go here in the power play. This will be moved up the zone. Morrison will carry it in. Backhand pass over for Hone, just missing his stick. And then Beestrom fighting for the puck. That bouncing puck will be gloved by Schweitzer, but it's held in by the Marlins. And then a fanned-on shot by Deegan. Kept it in the zone for a moment. Now Anderson looking to attack shorthanded. Anderson with a shot that goes off a stick and wide. Grabbed by Carson Zeal. And the Marlins move into the neutral zone, into the offensive end. It is an onside play. Anderson takes the puck away from the Marlins and sends it back out with 14 seconds remaining in the power play. Here's Morrison. He nearly got checked into the Capitals bench. He's able to stay on his skates, not really stay on his skates, but stay on the ice side of the bench as the penalty is expired. They will not call icing. Polarize came to play it, and it was right as time expired of the penalty. So there was no icing, and the Caps have in the offensive zone. That pass just behind Furman. He'll play it back out to the blue line. Then Babcock with a shot that was redirected wide. Near side, moved up the boards. Trying to chip it out of the zone, held in by Beam. Pass goes across for Dodson, and he couldn't kick it to his stick for a one-time chance. As the puck is still free behind the net, Bowder will grab it. His pass, looking to get it over to Dodson, held in by Beam right at the blue line. Beam will skate in on his backhand. Got it over to Dodson, centers one, and that shot maybe didn't get through. It looked like it maybe got off the pad of Polarize. Caps are still in the zone. Dodson will push it back behind the net. There's Furman, and now Dodson again with it. The face-off dot with a shot and a save made. No rebound that time with 9:19 to go. The Caps were humming in that offensive end. Never really got a clean look until that final shot by Dodson. But Polarize was able to make the glove save. Face-off will be to the right of Polarize. Lyle Bonney will take it for the Caps. Keaton Waltai and Jim Netto will be on the ice. Here to the near side, Keller Shaw at the blue line. He'll backpedal. The puck will come to him. He tried to move it away from the Marlins, and then will be sent over by Ryan Anderson. And Lyle Bonney touches it along, and here is now Netto. Netto's shot got through, stopped by Polarize, and he will cover for the whistle with 8:57 remaining here in the first period. A lot of stops and starts so far. 4-2 in shots in favor of the Capitals, but still no score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. They're looking at the chin strap of Keller Shaw, I believe. And he will have to come off the ice. Is he bleeding? The chin strap fault, it sounds like the linesman said. So he's got to figure out, he's got to readjust the chin strap so he can come back out of the ice. Bonney with a shot off the face-off and a save made by Polarize again. That one caught Polarize by surprise. 8:54 to go here in the first period. I think they're going to have to get some tools to fix the chin strap of Keller Shaw. Van Rokel will play it around back behind the nets. It is grabbed out in the corner. Looking like Brennan Penny was the one to grab it. A couple players are down, tumbling to the ice. Still at the blue line. It's held in by Van Rokel again. And it'll be played to the near side boards. Caps are trying to hold the zone. Cooper Beestrom gloves it down, keeps it in the zone for a moment, and then the Marlins will clear it out. This puck out to the neutral zone. And this will be Penne. Here now moved into the offensive zone for Schultz, but can't get a shot away. Van Rokel. This will be Waltai. And now it'll be to the near side and behind the net. That pass misses everybody and goes all the way down the ice. There will be no icing. Up to the far side of the blue line for the Marlins. Fanning on that first opportunity. As it was Evan Dorn, I believe. And out of the zone. Now behind the net for Beam. Behind his own net. Logan Anderson, the pass goes across for Asher Vandenbos. 7:15 to go here in the first period. This puck will be loose to the high slot, but the Marlins are able to get out of the zone. And then Beam. This will be a penalty coming up against Beam for interference as the puck got around him, and he was trying to slow down the Marlin player in front of him, but got too much of the body. And Beam gets called for the interference. So it's 7:01 to go. It's the second Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill. Caps are able to kill off the first one. It is Zeal, Deegan, Hone, Morrison. 4 of those 5 guys. Morrison has it right now. Got to the high slot, but couldn't get a shot away. So the Capitals, and then we get that could have been a penalty against Morrison, who threw a stick, but the Capitals having the shorthanded opportunity. He was carrying his stick that was broken for a little bit, was Morrison, and then he threw his stick. I don't know if it really wasn't directed towards anybody, but that could be. And then Beestrom, he goes down. Nope. Call coming against the Marlins. 6:25 remaining here in the first period. This will come out of the zone. Dylan Dodson will wait with it as Neto got back on the ice. This puck is loose and now grabbed by Morrison again. Morrison, that pass over on that far side. Out to the blue line. Winds up with a shot, and that one went wide. One came in from Carson Zeal. 1 minute to go here in the power play. That centering pass, it is loose, and it is swung away by the Capitals and just out of the zone. Deegan will pass it to the far side boards as the Marlins tag back up. That pass that was going to be intercepted by Dodson. He missed it, but it worked out in favor of the Capitals. Van Roekel sent it down the ice anyway, and the Caps can get fresh penalty killers on the ice. Van Roekel still on the ice right now for the Caps. He has it behind his own net. He'll wait, and he'll send it all the way down the ice again. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Polreis had to be careful with the puck. Schweitzer was looking to attack shorthanded, where Polreis was at if he had given that puck away, but an easy goal for Schweitzer. Schweitzer picked up the puck, and then he fanned on a shot attempt. And the Marlins will have it. Morrison takes a hit from Anderson, and then Anderson trying to push another man away, Grenier. He nearly got a hold of the stick of Anderson. This will be set up the boards. Back to 5-on-5. The Capitals nearly, and they're going to get called for a bench minor. That's too many men on the ice. Beam took off. Vandenbos immediately took off the bench. And the miscommunication of trying to see if one guy was coming to the bench and the other guy coming on, but both of them went to the ice. So it'll be too many men on the ice and a bench minor. And the Caps go right back to the penalty kill. The Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill the 3rd time already here in this first period. So too many men on the ice against the Capitals. Asher Vandenbos will be the one to serve it. And they are, maybe they put the penalty on the wrong team to begin with. And they might have been doing that for the first 3 penalties, but they got it corrected. 4:57 to go here in the first period. It is 5-on-4, 3rd Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill. And Nick Lemke, the head coach of the Marlins, asking a couple questions about to the officials. And now Coach Mitchell talking to the referee about something as well before we get started with our next power play. At least buying some time for these penalty killers who have been taxed here in the last couple minutes. 4:57 remaining. Face-off will be won by the Capitals, but doesn't come out of the zone. Carson Zeal will have it here for the Marlins. Zeal from the blue line. His shot was blocked by Furman. Still on that far side boards on the left wing. Centering one, and that one goes off of a stick and out to the blue line, but it is held in by the Marlins. Behind the nets, the Marlins. That one a big hit here for the Capitals and Cooper Beestrom. Into the corner. Centers one off of a couple of skates and sticks, and it'll be Dodson that will take it out of the zone. Dodson fighting off a check, and it'll be offside against the Capitals with 4:23 remaining here in the first period. 1:26 to go in the power play. Dodson and one of the Marlins players exchanging words after the play was over. Dodson had shot the puck, but as he was shooting the puck, that's when the whistle blew. It wasn't that much of a delay from the whistle blowing and him taking the shot. This will be at the neutral zone. Aiden Beam, he'll send it down the ice, all the way down the ice. Minute 10 left to go on the power play. 4:05 left to go in this scoreless first period. The Marlins on their third power play opportunity. The Capitals have killed off the first two with limited shots against. Marlins only have 3 shots on goal so far in this first period. As this will be Dodson who is going to be taken down on the ice. That should be a penalty against the Marlins. And Drake Grenier will be the one that should be in the penalty box. Dodson shouldn't get a penalty. I think it's only going to be that one penalty. He was not happy with it, and Grenier gets called for a hold. So with 3:47 to go, this will make it 4-on-4 for 51 seconds. And Grenier got Dodson really turned in for a hit, and when he got Grenier to the glass, Grenier ended up grabbing a hold of Dodson and slamming him down to the ice like a body slam and got called for the penalty. So it is 4-on-4 for 50 seconds, and the Capitals will have their first power play. There's a shot on and a save made off the glove, but not caught cleanly by Paul Rise. Now it's out for Van Roekel. That shot was tipped. They score! I believe it was Schweitzer that tipped it in. It's a 4-on-4 goal, and the Caps will get the first of the hockey game. Van Roekel took the shots, and the Caps will take the lead with 3:34 to go here in the first period. If it wasn't tipped by Schweitzer, it was definitely off of somebody. Van Roekel is going to get the goal. 4-on-4. Van Roekel, who had just one goal all last season, gets the first of the year this year, and the Caps lead at 1-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. Schweitzer and Beestrom will get the assist. And so it's 1-0 for the Caps. Still 18 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Morrison moved it in. Cooper Beestrom takes the puck away from him. And Beestrom on his forehand. Pass goes up to Schweitzer. He'll move it over for Logan Anderson. Anderson starts to walk it in. Good stick there by the Marlins. And coming out of the penalty box will be Vandenbos. And it's now a Boys and Girls Club power play for the Capitals. Their first one of the season. Well, still a minute to go on the power play. Dylan Dodson has it here on the near side. Dodson will get to the neutral zone and walk into the offensive end. They are in on their first power play. There's a quick shot and a save. Rebound is loose in front and pushed just wide by the Caps. Still with it is Oahe. That pass goes off of a skate. It'll be grabbed back by Furman. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Brecken Furman throws it across ice, and Dodson make that beam. Will move it into the offensive end. Beam will slow things down and set things up. Now Dodson here at the blue line. Dodson starts to walk into the face-off dot. He'll turn back with it. His pass back out for Beam at the point. Square away, near side, trying to settle it down. On the near side was Neto. Make that to Bowder. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Dodson trying to get free for a shot. It was partially blocked and went wide. Out of the zone, now Morrison, one-on-one, shorthanded. Morrison pass is going to be intercepted by Furman, who will clear it away from the front of the nets. And the Marlins are back to full strength. No shots on goal for the Capitals. One shot on goal for the Capitals. There's a shot by Dotson. Another save is made. There's another rebound that is loose. It is out in front of the blue paint. It is still loose in front of the blue paint. And then eventually cleared by the Marlins. Nearly was 2-0 for the Capitals. Blue line shot. Blocker save made by Luking. 1:25 to go here in the first period. Out of the neutral zone. It'll be sent back by the Marlins, but it's grabbed here again by the Capitals. Dotson carries it back in. He'll try and swing in and fraud. Trying to redirect it was Bowder. It was kind of hand side from the pass that came in. It was basically almost trying to put it between his legs and redirect it towards the net. Here is now behind the nets. Schultz will have it. 1 minute to go in the first period. Comes all the way back out to the blue line. It is Zoss, Lincoln Zoss, that will carry it to push it back in. Back out of the blue line for Zoss. His shot got through and it sticked away and into the netting by Noah Luking. We get a whistle with 49.6 remaining here in the first period. Landry Van Roekel's 4-on-4 goal makes it 1-0 for the Caps. They survived 3 different penalty kills in this first period to keep it scoreless until it was a 4-on-4 goal for Van Roekel from Schweitzer and Biestrom. And now here in the final seconds of this first period, the Caps win the face-off on their own end, and Logan Anderson will carry it in the offensive end. They'll leave it back for Van Roekel, who's got that one goal. Now Cooper Biestrom. That shot was blocked, never got to the net. And then the Marlins can't get it out of the zone. It'll be played back around. Here is Schweitzer back in it, and he fanned on the pass attempt, trying to center it out in front. As it'll come out of the zone by Mitchell, over to that far side. And it'll be Sabres, I believe, that was trying to move it in the offensive end. And puck is bouncing in front. Biestrom, that's a hand pass with 11.3 to go. Biestrom knocked it down with his glove, and then Schweitzer picked it up first. So we get a whistle and a face-off just outside the Capitals blue line with 11.3 to go here in the first period. We've got a lot of different guys mixed around here. Drake Grenier will take the face-off with Schultz and Mason. And it will be won by the Capitals. Vanden Bosch with 4 seconds to go. Got the stick lifted, and the time will expire here in the first period. And it is a 1-0 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard at the end of the first period. Landry Van Roekel gets the lone goal. Caps score 4-on-4 with 3:34 to go in the first period. And it is a 1-0 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. When we come back, we've got our first intermission report. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty or utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Since the day First Fidelity Bank first opened its doors for business in 1905, we've served the credit and investment needs of this area. The money that's deposited with us is reinvested locally in the form of loans to area families, farms, and small businesses, where it can help create new opportunities for everyone in our community. First Fidelity Bank, first-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hi, this is Captain Ian Beam, and you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back and in the first intermission report, the Hawaii Capitals have a 1-0 lead of American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffle behind scoreboard. Landry Van Rokel gets the 4-on-4 goal. Ian Schweitzer and Cooper Beestrom will get the assist. It looked like maybe Schweitzer got a piece of it and tipped it in, but it might have gone off of one of the Marlins players. But it still beat Gavin Polreis nonetheless, and the Caps have a 1-0 advantage. Van Rokel's first of the year after having just one goal last season. Schweitzer had 3 assists last year. Cooper Beestrom had 4 assists last year. They pick up their first points of the year. Caps got called for 3 different penalties. The first one was a trip against Aiden Bowder, and then it was Aiden Beam that got called for an interference. And then right after that was done, after that penalty was over with, they got called for too many men on the ice when Beam and Asher Vandenbos, who got on the ice, both went up the play. And one didn't stay on the bench, one didn't go to the bench. Whichever one it was supposed to be doesn't really matter, as both of them were going to the play. So got called for too many men on the ice, which then turned into another penalty against the Caps. Drake Grenier got called for a hold against Dylan Dodson, which then made it a 4-on-4 opportunity. That's where the Caps got the goal with Landry Van Rokel to make it 1-0. 10-5 in shots in favor of the Capitals. So Noah Luking has made all 5 saves in net so far, and 9 saves out of 10 shots for Gavin Polreis for the Mitchell Marlins. That's your first intermission stats. We come back, we'll talk about scores from around the states as a couple of other games are in action right now. Back after this here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it. River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for a trusted partner in your automotive journey? Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer, is here for all your car buying, service, and repair needs. Whether you're shopping for a new ride, keeping your vehicle running smoothly, or looking for expert advice, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, along with a service department you can count on. Come down to Beck Motor Company, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. BeckMotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience in their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Hi, this is Captain Aiden Bowder, and you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back into their first intermission reports, it is still 1-0 lead for the Hawaii Capitals over the Mitchell Marlins. As we look at scores around the states for boys hockey, two other games going on right now. There was a funnel early on today. Watertown beat Huron 3-1 as the Lakers scored twice in the second with Tyler Roberts and Tyson Lawrence. And then Mason Hunter made it 2-1 when a late goal by Boston Butler sealed it for the Lakers to win their first game of the season. Huron is 0-2 on the year. Other two games that are in action right now, Brandon Valley and Aberdeen both starting their season. They are scoreless at the beginning of the second period. A couple of penalties from each team, but that's all that there is so far. There are no goals, and they are in the second period between Aberdeen. Take that back. There was just a goal scored. Justin Peterson makes it 1-0 for Brandon Valley. That one just coming across. So Brandon Valley has a 1-0 lead over Aberdeen early in the second period. Yankton is leading Sioux Center 7-0 after the first period. Tucker Rankin's already scored 4 goals. Jack Peterson, Jason Lachek, and Braden Michelin will have the other goal. I couldn't read my eyes are failing me already. We're not even in the second period, but they all have goals. It's a 7-0 lead for Yankton after the end of the first period, so they are already in run time between Yankton and Sioux Center. One other game, I believe, is still yet to be played, and that is Brookings and Rushmore. Is at 9:15 Central Time starts. Rushmore and Brookings will get underway from the Rushmore Thunderdome. They will play again as well tomorrow. We might be able to follow along with that game. It's going to be a 3 o'clock game tomorrow, which will be the start time for the Caps and Cougars in Aberdeen, as we have the Caps and Cougars games on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Earlier today in girls hockey, 3 games were played. The Caps that you heard earlier on, they won 2-1 over Mitchell. Kirsten Miller, with 9 seconds to go, scored the first goal. Micah Buffalo early on in the third period made it to 2-0, and Taylor Sorbin made it 2-1, but the Caps held on for the win. Brookings is 2-0 as they beat Rushmore in back-to-back games. 7-1 was the final score. 2 goals in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, with Rushmore only getting their 1 goal in the third period. And then Sioux Falls beating Watertown 8-1. It was tied 1-1, but Sioux Falls scored the last 7 goals. They scored 3 in the first, 2 in the make that 3 in the second, another 2 in the third to get the win. As those are your scores in girls hockey, your scores from the boys hockey as well. And we've got the second period that'll be coming up next. Back after this here on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
When the whistle blows and the season begins, you need more than skill to stay in the game. From football pads and hockey sticks to golf clubs, bikes, and fishing gear, your equipment is an investment. At State Farm, we help make sure it's protected because accidents happen, bags get stolen, gear gets damaged, and games get rough. With the right coverage, you can get back in action fast.
The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Oahe hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. Driven by community, powered by you.
Giving Tuesday is quickly approaching, a day when generosity transforms lives. At the Boys and Girls Club of the capital area, every dollar you give helps open doors for local kids to learn, grow, and thrive in a safe and supportive environment. Your gift provides mentoring, academic support, and experiences the school can't provide, all in a place that believes every child has a great future. Your donation makes a real difference and could help you save on taxes. To donate, visit bgccaparea.org or contact the club at 605-295-4412. Help kids and make a lasting impact.
Since 1956, Ferding Electric has been serving South Dakota with reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work. Their team of licensed, knowledgeable electricians will help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential, commercial, or agriculture. We know how to get the job done right. The history of Ferding Electric is something to be very proud of, and they work every day to ensure they remain the best electricians in Central South Dakota. Call 224-8684 or visit their website at ferding.com. That's ferding.com.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Hi, this is head coach Landon Badger, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
A 1-0 lead for the Oahe Capitals as we welcome you back to start the second period as the Caps get that 1 goal from Landry Van Rokel. Coming from Ian Schweitzer and Cooper Beestrom. We start 5-on-5 here in the second period as the Caps making their way back out on the ice now. We still got another minute 10 before that second period will get underway. They will switch ends. Caps will attack from right to left. The Marlins from left to right. And also remind you, tomorrow morning we've got Oahe Capitals hockey against the Aberdeen Cougars. 10:40 with coverage, 11 o'clock puck drop between the Caps and the Cougars. That's the girls' game, and then at around 2:40, it'll be the boys' game with a 3 o'clock puck drop on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. So another double dip of Capitals hockey, just a little bit shorter time between the two games. We'll just have the one game between the girls and the boys varsity games. We'll have the boys JV game thrown in there, but we won't have think, well, there's at least 2 games between. Might have been 3 games. I believe there's a JV girls game, a bantam game, and a boys JV game before we got to the varsity game here tonight. We are ready to go for the second period. Liza Mayer is back at the station. Corbin Beestrom running the camera for us tonight. John McTher with you on this Saturday night. As Noah Luking has made 5 saves on 5 shots, 9 saves on 10 shots for Gavin Polrise. The opening face-off of this second period, the Dylan Dodson and Drake Grenier. Face-off will be won by the Capitals. We're underway here in the second period. Brecken Furman with a quick shot and a save made. Polrise had to squeeze that right arm to hold that puck in. And 6 seconds in, we get an offensive zone face-off here for the Capitals. That'll be to the left of Polrise. Dodson will take the face-off again. He'll win it over. It's now Bowder. His pass looking for Furman, maybe offline, and it will be intercepted by the Marlins. Good play there from Beam. Keep the puck away from the Marlins trying to go on the attacking rush. And now Beam will glove down a puck. Puck is still loose at the blue line. Morrison had it for a moment. It'll be sent down by Mitchell. There was no ice. There is no icing as it was touched by the Capitals. So play continues as it's in the Marlins offensive zone. Quickly into the neutral zone, 3-on-2 come the Capitals. Dodson moves in on his backhand, got it to the front of the net. Puck is still loose, and then it will be out to Dodson from the high slot. His shot was blocked. Furman sends it across, but it was blocked. Bowder fighting for it. Puck is still loose in the slot. Furman played it back out to the blue line. Make that Bowder now, as it was Bridger Babcock in the slot trying to fight for the puck. Good stick there from Bowder. And the puck will be sent out of the zone, but it's intercepted by Furman, and he'll send it back in. The Caps will start to make their first change in the second period. This puck is grabbed here by the Marlins, as it's Carson Zeal that moves it up, but it was blocked, and Cooper Beestrom will move it in. He'll jump away from a check from Zeal. And the Marlins pass out to the blue line. It was tipped, comes out of the zone. That was by Morrison. Now the Caps move it right back in. Vanden Bosch with a quick shot, and that one just under the crossbar, but off the blocker of Polrise. And the Marlins again, Lincoln Zoss behind the net. His pass, that's intercepted. Schweitzer trying to center one. Vanden Bosch comes back to trying to get it back to Vanden Bosch, but it was blocked as it was from Logan Anderson. Morrison on that far side will grab it again. The Marlins were hemmed in for a moment. Now Morrison will pick up some speed. He is checked off the puck by Logan Anderson, and Beestrom will grab it. And behind the nets, Beestrom moves it up the ice. Puck got skated away, got too far away from him. And there's another good check there from Logan Anderson. Schweitzer carries it back in the offensive zone. He's pushed off the puck, and it will be grabbed this time by Grenier. Drake Grenier moves into the offensive end on his backhand, trying to get towards the net, but it was slung down by Logan Anderson. This will be played by a high stick of the Mitchell Marlins. It was iced and played by a high stick. So that means it will be at center ice, I believe. Well, it shouldn't have been an icing. If it was touched by a high stick of the Marlins, it shouldn't be an icing. So the face-off should be down in the offensive zone then, because if it was played by a high stick, it negates the icing. Well, they're going to put it at the neutral zone, but okay. I would think that there was an inadvertent whistle of the icing that usually keeps that puck in the offensive zone. But instead it will be right at the red line at center ice, and it'll be moved back in by the Capitals. Brecken Furman on the back end, dumps it in. It'll be coming to the corner, and Furman will have it. He'll shake off of a check. Out to the blue line for Beam. Right back to Furman. Goes across ice for Bridger Babcock, who is escaping the zone. This will be iced by the Marlins, so now it'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Caps. 14-12 to go here in the second period. It'll be an offensive zone face-off to the left of Gavin Polrise. Dodson will take the face-off. It'll be won by the Caps. Came right back to Dodson. Keeps it in the zone now for Beam. Starts to walk it in. He'll shoot that behind the net. And then it gets stuck on the back of the net. And so we get another whistle with 14:02 to go. The girls' game, it was few and far between of whistles. The boys' game feels like we can't play 2 minutes without a whistle. Face off to the right of Pole Rise, won by the Marlins. So the Caps with support, able to hold the zone. This is knocked down by the stick of Furman. Puck will come out to the glass on the near side. Beam has it, trying to move it around. He dove for the puck to try and get a pass or a shot away, and it went wide of Pole Rise. This will be held into the zone by Dodson. Dodson on his backhand, turns to his forehand. The shot save made and no rebound. Bowder was right there, trying to search for the rebound. So Pole Rise was able to get the save and a whistle with 13:39 to go here in the second period. Lyle Bonney out for the face-off here for the Caps. To the right of Pole Rise. It is won by Mitchell. It is Ryan Anderson's shot that was blocked. Missed by Reimnitz in the neutral zone. Now it's Waltai that will move it in. Caden Waltai will leave it for Bonney with a shot, and that goes off the post. Nearly made it 2-0. This will be iced by Mitchell with 13:18 to go here in the second period. Bonney clings it off the post. It was nearly had his first varsity goal. Good play to get it back in the zone. Good pass from Waltai to Bonney to set up that great chance. Bonney trying to win the face-off again. It was controlled by the Marlins. Behind the net it is for Mitchell. Then sent off the glass, but it's held in by Ryan Anderson. Puck is going to be grabbed by Waltai. His shot goes wide of the crossbar. Right going for the corner on that glove side and just missed it. At the blue line, puck is still grabbed by Grenier. Now there's a shot on and a glove save made. And the first shot of the second period comes with 12:52 to go in the second. That was from Kate Sabers, who had a goal last night. And we get a whistle and an offensive zone face-off here for the Marlins. Schweitzer will take the face-off, try to push it up the ice. His first grab by the Marlins. Schweitzer back in the corner again. That one thrown towards the net, and that was intercepted by Beestrom. Springs up ahead for Logan Anderson. Anderson in. That shot was deflected and disrupted, more deflected, as it was an easy save for Pole Rise. It was a really good pass, though, by Beestrom. And Anderson just couldn't get enough on it with a good stick by the Marlins. Schweitzer on the face-off. It is won by the Caps. That pass misses Beestrom. He was expecting a stick from Sabers. As it, coming out of the net was looking to the corner to play it. And now at the blue line, this is out of the zone. No, this is going to be a penalty. And interference is going to be called. And it's going to be a penalty against the Capitals. Van Rokel gets called for it. So Van Rokel will have his first penalty. 12:23 to go here in the second period. And the fourth Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill. 0 for 3 so far as a brief third power play. Here's a shot by Zeal, deflected it in. Drake Grenier will get the goal as he tipped it in from Carson Zeal's shot. And Grenier's second of the season ties it up at 1 with 12:19 remaining here in the second period. Power play goal. It is now 1-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Really good deflection in front. We'll see if there's another assist on that goal from, they have it Carson Zeal right now, but that was definitely Grenier.
Number 38, Carson Zeal, assisted by number 16,
So here is now Brecken Furman. This will be here on the near side, and pass as stolen away by Aiden Beam. Beam carries it in, trying to turn around with the shot. It's in the slot. The puck was loose. It'll be Grenier up ahead to Morrison. There we go. They got it right now that Grenier gets the goal. This backhander, the puck is still loose, and it'll be grabbed by the Capitals. No one else was there for the Marlins. The puck stays in. Lincoln Zoss with a shot goes wide of Luking. It'll be come here to the near side. Puck comes out of the zone, looking ahead for Dodson. Dylan Dodson carries in the offensive end. Dodson on his backhand. He'll get to the corner with it. And then he is able to avoid a check, and he's going to be careful not to take another penalty. Here is now in the corner, moving it. Beastrom for a shot for Vin, and Bob's backhander goes wide of the nets. And it'll be sent all the way down, and it will be an icing as it just missed the stick of Noah Luking. 10:56 to go here in the second period. Face-off will be to the right of Polreis. It is won by Schweitzer. Into the corner, Van Rokel. It's now the Mitchell up ahead. Zeal gets it to make that. Schultz will get it out. Bouncing puck, that's gloved down by the Capitals, sent back in. That was Cooper Beastrom that was able to glove it down and play it up ahead for Logan Anderson. Now that puck is behind the nets. Vandenbos trying to find a way to it. Far side of the ice. Man goes down, Anderson got checked to the ice. Handing a stick to a teammate or one of the Marlins players. Van Rokel will send it back out of the zone. Comes back here for Van Rokel. He'll go cross ice to a defensive partner in Cooper Beastrom. Beastrom up ahead, bouncing puck, kicked along into the offensive zone here for Logan Anderson. His shot was blocked by the shin pad of Deegan. Pass was intercepted then by Deegan. Puck is still free though in the corner. Capitals fighting for it. Comes up the boards, Van Rokel has it. Van Rokel, that one stays in the zone. That one was tipped wide by Schweitzer. Schweitzer in the corner. Center is one, Van Rokel, one-timer and a save made by Polreis. And that rebound was loose for a second. Beastrom will hold the zone. Caps can hem in there, and this will be a hand pass against the Capitals. They were almost hemmed in, the Mitchell Marlins. Beastrom got the glove on it. The puck looked like it almost was touched by Mitchell before Dodson got his stick on it, but it was not, and a hand pass is called with 9:32 to go here in the second period. Jim Netto will take the face-off. Triton Parmley and Owen O'Daniel on the ice right now. Here is Bridger Babcock on the face-off win. Comes out of the zone. That puck is played to the blue line, but held in. Babcock over for Netto. Behind the net, Jim Netto. Netto trying to center one. That one will get caught into the netting. It lands out of play, and we will have to get a new puck. With 9:12 to go here in the second period. (1-1) is our score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Face-off will be won by the Marlins, not out of the zone. Beam's able to hold it in. O'Daniel will move it over. Glove down by Parmley. Comes back out to Beam. He again holds the zone. Connor Deegan now behind the net. With 8:57 to go here in the second period. Aiden Beam will grab it here for the Caps. On his backhand in the neutral zone. Knocked off of his stick. And now it'll be moved up ahead. This will be sent just over the top of the Mitchell, over the Mitchell bench, and thankfully it stayed lower than the crow's nest. 8:42 remaining here in the second period. Coach Elliott Life is doing some maintenance on the bench right now. Brecken Furman's got a skate blade issue. They're trying to get that fixed so he doesn't have to miss a shift. He is missing a shift right now as Lyle Bonney moves up to that line with Dodson and Bowder. This is in the offensive zone here for the Marlins. That shot never got through. Morrison tried to take it, but the Cavs with a good defensive play. Never got it over to Luking. Out to the blue line. Sauce with a shot. That one will miss. And it'll come here to the near side. Bonney out of the zone, up ahead for Bowder. Moving in 2-on-4. Bowder leaves it for Bonney. Bonney played it back. It was intercepted for a moment. Now a chance to go the other way are the Marlins. Up ahead for Sabres. Sabres with a shot blocker down by Luking, and he controls the rebound to get the whistle with 8:01 to go here in the second period. Looks like maybe Furman's skate is back to where it needs to be, and he can get right back on the ice on the next shift. Listen to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Under 8 minutes to go here in the second period. 1-1 is our score. Caps scored that first goal late in the first period. Landry Van Rokel got the goal. Then a power play goal by the Mitchell Marlins and Drake Grenier to tie it up at 1-1. Caps are trying to wait to get back on side, and they are back on side as the puck came out of the zone. Vandenbos, his pass misses for Schweitzer. And then that pass, good stick there from Anderson to knock it down. Anderson turns on his backhand, centers one over for Schweitzer, and it just got too high off his stick. Anderson knocks a man down. He still has the puck behind the nets. He'll pass it back out to the point. That shot was blocked from Van Rokel. It'll come here near side. And Beam able to get a pass over for Anderson. The puck comes free. Now the Capitals will have to keep Van Rokel on the ice. Couple players tumble down, and then Luking moved the puck, but the Capitals didn't get over to it quick enough. Mitchell had it for a moment, and the Marlins will turn the puck over in the offensive zone. And the Capitals, Anderson, his pass quickly out. Good exit out of the zone by the Capitals. Cross-corner dump in. Caps can make their change the way they want to right now. This will be sent down the ice. Glove down by Beam. Caps are back on side, so Beam moves in. That shot in a glove save made by Polreis, and a whistle with 6:43 to go here in the second period. 15-8 in shots in favor of the Capitals. Still 1-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Face off to the left of Polreis. Dodson will take the face off. Furman's back out on the ice. Bowder on the face-off win. Looking to get it for Dodson, who's trying to get a shot free. Back out of the blue line for Babcock. Throws it towards the net, but it was blocked. Schultz gets it out of the zone. And Babcock couldn't settle it down enough. Schultz got a piece of it again, and then Beam will send it across ice off the boards, where it's Furman that will pick it up, and will come here to the near side for Bridger Babcock. And now Babcock gets tripped up. Puck comes out of the zone. Penny had an opportunity, and now it's Dodson with a breakaway. Dylan Dodson moves in. Dodson, he misses the first chance and then fans on the second one. He might have been on both of them. And then Connor Deegan will take a penalty as Dodson as he shoved him into the boards. And Dodson is slow to get up. Deegan goes straight to the penalty box. And you got to think that it'll be a power play for the Capitals. Oh, Dodson's going to go to the penalty box, too. So Deegan and Dodson are both to the box. And we'll see what the call is going to be. We'll have to see if we can scroll down here. Nothing's been booked yet. It will be 4-on-4. Coach Badger looking for an explanation of the penalties. And will be an extra minor for the Marlins or not? I don't think so. I think it's just going to be 4-on-4. Yeah, or excuse me, it will be 5-on-5. There's matching penalties. We'll continue to be 5-on-5. Should be 5-on-5. Referees have to come back to the scores table to make sure that they have everything lined up. So it looks like a head contact penalty will be one of those calls for Deegan. And Dodson, not sure what they might call for Dodson yet, but that would carry a 10-minute misconduct. Roughing is going to be called for Dodson, and head contact for Deegan. Anderson on the face-off win. Schweitzer with the shot that was redirected and a right pad save made by Polreis. So roughing and head contact matching Miners keeps it 5-on-5. And again, Deegan will have to be in the penalty box for an extra 10 minutes. And it's shot off the face-off, and it was almost pushed back into the 5-hole. Went off the outside of the goalpost. 5:53 left to go here in the second period. This puck here on the near side. It'll be grabbed by Sabres. His pass goes across over for Morrison. Everett Morrison will move in. Backhanded pass for Sabres, just misses. Out to the blue line, and Penny with a shot that was blocked by Beam. Beam was able, there's going to be a penalty coming up against the Marlins on a hooking call, and it will be a power play here for the Capitals. It'll be the second Boys and Girls Club power play of the night for the for the Hawaii Capitals. Hooking call. And so let's see the Caps. Obviously, Dylan Dodson will not be part of most of this power play. 6:02 on the penalty. It really won't be much of that power play. It was on Morrison on the hook. And so Reimnitz for Schweitzer. This will be Logan Anderson. Schweitzer, near side, back to Schweitzer. Beestrom was trying to set him up for a one-timer. 1:37 to go on the power play. Beestrom out to the blue line for Anderson. Back down to Beestrom. Caps get an opportunity here on the extended power play of that full 2 minutes right now. This will be at the boards, and it's come out of the zone. Logan Anderson lifting the stick of Reimnitz. Anderson gets checked down. Puck is still free in the neutral zone, and will eventually come back for Beestrom, who will keep the puck away. And now it'll be Beestrom that will move it up into the offensive zone. Capitals will get set back up again with 1:05 to go in the power play. Beestrom centers one, misses everybody, and goes out of the zone. Logan Anderson will race back to it. Reimnitz chasing him down. And then Anderson will move over to the far side off the skates of Schweitzer, picked up by Vandenbos. And then Vandenbos now behind the net. Vandenbos still with it. Face-off circle. That shot and a save made by Polreis, and we get a whistle with 4:35 remaining. 42 seconds to go on the power play. And so it will be Beam, Babcock, Bowder, Bonnie, and Furman. Face-off to the right of Polreis. Face-off will be won by the Capitals. Bonnie at the blue line does come out of the zone as it was out by Mason. Now it's Zoss that will have it here for the Mitchell Marlins. Lincoln Zoss will send it all the way down. Caps are trying to get tagged back up. Still 20 seconds to go on the power play. And it's now moved back in by Beam. His pass for Bowder misses. This will come back out of the zone. Furman will have to reset as the Caps now with 8 seconds to go on the power play. It'll be Bridger Babcock over on the far side. That pass over, that one's tipped away. Bonnie now with it for the Caps, back to 5-on-5. No shots on goal that time for the Capitals on the power play. Aiden Beam moves it here near side. It is now Furman. Will push it over to the corner. Bowder racing after it, bouncing puck. Beam, that one will be stepped on by one of the Marlins players, falls over. Beam goes down as well. Puck will still be moved back behind the net. Furman, was the one that got knocked down. The puck started to come back towards Furman, and now it's out of the zone. And now it'll be all the way down the ice. Van Roekel with 3:15 to go here in the second period. This will be sent all the way around the boards, all the way down, and it should result in an icing, and we'll get a whistle with 3:09 to go. So Dylan Dotson come out of the penalty box. It was Tristan Zenz that was serving the minor for Connor Deegan, who has still about 9 minutes to go before he can come out of the penalty box. But Zenz, who was serving the penalty, is out. Face-off, Schweitzer and Grenier will take the face-off to the left of Luking. And it is won by the Capitals. That's turned over, though, in the defensive zone. Sabres with a turnaround shot that was blocked. Schweitzer was the one that blocked it. Now it's Penny with the shot. That one goes high over the crossbar. Schweitzer off the boards, out of the zone. Logan Anderson with it, lost the puck, was trying to make a move around. The puck stayed away from him. And then Sabres will chip and make that. Morrison will chip and chase. There's a one-time chance, but that one never got to the net. Van Roekel disrupted the shot at opportunity. 2:37 to go in the first and the second period. Morrison bowing to the front of the net. Puck is still loose, and now it's Schweitzer on the backhand. We'll move it up. It is the Capitals in the offensive zone. Here is Vandenbos with a shot. Save is made. The rebound was loose for a moment, but Polreis was able to get the second chance stopped. And we get a whistle with 2:20 to go here in the second period. With 2:20 to go, Dotson, who came out of the penalty box, now kind of resetting some of these, not really resetting these lines, but can reset here in about 2 minutes and 20 seconds at the end of the period. But Dotson is on with Triton Parmley and Owen O'Daniel right now on the ice. Bridger Babcock with a shot. Backhander by Dotson after he was trying to redirect it. He actually blocked the shot, and his backhander got to the net and almost caught Polreis by surprise on that backhanded chance, but he did make the save as he's got 18 saves now on 19 shot attempts. In the corner, O'Daniel trying to fight for the puck, but it's going to be grabbed here by Zeal. Carson Zeal starting to move it up the ice, and his pocket picked. This will be flipped high over the top of the crossbar behind the net where Beam will grab it. He'll take it to the far side of the ice, move it up off the boards and chasing after it. Now it's Parmley moving it in. Triton Parmley with a shot that was blocked. In behind the nets, his pass centering one that was blocked. Now Dotson behind the net on the near side. Out to Bridger Babcock, who will pinch in. He's on below the face-off circle. Dotson trying to put it high underneath the crossbar and put it too high over the crossbar. Dotson again within the corner. Face-off Dot. That shot, he scores! Caught Polreis by surprise, and he finds the back of the net for his first of the season, and the Caps take a 2-1 lead with 1:28 to go here in the second period. Dotson with the quick wrister, and back on top here for the Caps. That's a really good shot there. Polreis was pretty much stunned with the shot going his way. And it went off the goal post and rattled off the post and got in. Lincoln Zoss. That one, his pass is blocked. It's now Caden Walti that will carry it in the offensive zone. Unassisted goal for Dotson to make it 2-1. There's a shot attempt that will go off the glass, high over the net. 1:07 to go here in the second period. Cooper Beestrom with the puck again in the neutral zone. At the blue line, Walti trying to chip it into the offensive end. Neto will swing it in, and it'll be played behind the net on the near side. Lincoln Zoss in the corner. He'll give way. The Caps will pick up the puck, but it will be chipped out of the zone by the Marlins and all the way down for an icing. We get a whistle with 47.8 to go here in period number 2. An offensive zone face-off to the right of Polreis. And can the Caps add on another one here? Bowder will take the face-off. Furman and Dodson, those three forwards. Dodson has it on the face-off win. Dodson will circle. Centers one for Furman with a shot at a glove saved by Polreis, who was well in his net and just got the glove out there in time to knock it away. Down to 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Beam behind the net. He gets maybe tripped up. Maybe he just blew a tire going into the boards. Hard to see from the angle that we're at. Now it's up ahead for Dodson with 20 seconds to go. Dodson swings in, shot, he scores! Under the bar and in, it is 3-1 with 16.6 to go. 2 goals in a minute and 12 seconds. And it's a 3-1 lead for the Caps. Back-to-back goals for Dodson. And the Caps will look to go into the locker room now with a 2-goal lead. Another great shot by Dodson. Another catching Polreis a little bit by surprise, but just knocked it under the bar and in. Unassisted goal again for Dodson. 5 seconds to go here in the second. Out to the blue line. That shot was blocked by Ryan Anderson, and that will take us to the end of the second period. 2 goals by Dylan Dodson in this second period makes it a 3-1 lead after the Marlins had tied up in a power play. 2 goals in the last 90 seconds of this second period gives the Caps that 3-1 advantage at the end of 2 periods. We will step aside. We'll come back with our second intermission stats. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
When the whistle blows and the season begins, you need more than skill to stay in the game. From football pads and hockey sticks to golf clubs, bikes, and fishing gear, your equipment is an investment. At State Farm, we help make sure it's protected because accidents happen, bags get stolen, gear gets damaged, and games get rough. With the right coverage, you can get back in action fast.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Giving Tuesday is quickly approaching, a day when generosity transforms lives. At the Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area, every dollar you give helps open doors for local kids to learn, grow, and thrive in a safe and supportive environment. Your gift provides mentoring, academic support, and experiences the school can't provide, all in a place that believes every child has a great future. Your donation makes a real difference and could help you save on taxes. To donate, visit bgccaparea.org or contact the club at 605-295-4412. Help kids and make a lasting impact.
As a family grows, so does its financial needs. There are doctors and dentists, optometrists, lessons, braces, groceries, and more groceries. Then, of course, there's cars, college, and weddings to pay for. First Fidelity Bank is here to make the financial side of growing a family a little easier. First Fidelity Bank. First-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience and their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Hi, this is Bridger Babcock, captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
We welcome you back. Here it is, the second intermission report, and the Oahe Capitals have a 3-1 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. As we look at the stats through 2 periods, the Caps are out shooting the Marlins now 22-8. In that period, it was 12-3 in shots in favor of the Capitals, as Dylan Dodson scored twice. But first, it was a power play goal from Drake Grenier from Carson Zeal to tie it 1-1. Grenier tipped in the shot by Zeal, and that was immediately off the power play. The Caps are 3 for 4 on penalty kills, but the Marlins didn't tie that game up. But then with 1:28 to go, Dylan Dodson an unassisted goal to make it 2-1. That was a nice screen used for Dodson, and caught polarized by surprise, and was able to get the goal to make it 2-1, and then scored a minute and 12 seconds later. Brecken Furman will get the assist. That's his first varsity point, and a 3-1 lead for the Caps at the end of 2 periods. Capitals are 0 for 2 on the man advantage. 3 penalties in total against Mitchell, 5 for the Capitals. But it was a matching minor between Dodson and Deegan. And the only other penalty, Morrison got called for a hook, and Grenier got called for a hold. So it is a 1 for 4 power play night so far for Mitchell, 0 for 2 for the Capitals. But they have a 3-1 advantage on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard through 2 periods. We will step aside, as those are your stats for through 2 periods. We'll step aside, come back with more of our second intermission report after this. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Oahe hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierce, proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierce. Driven by community, powered by you.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Since 1956, Ferding Electric has been serving South Dakota with reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work. Their team of licensed, knowledgeable electricians will help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential, commercial, or agriculture. We know how to get the job done right. The history of Ferding Electric is something to be very proud of, and they work every day to ensure they remain the best electricians in Central South Dakota. Call 224-8684 or visit their website at ferding.com. That's ferding.com.
Looking for a trusted partner in your automotive journey? Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer, is here for all your car buying, service, and repair needs. Whether you're shopping for a new ride, keeping your vehicle running smoothly, or looking for expert advice, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, along with a service department you can count on. Come down to Beck Motor Company, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. BeckMotors.com, 605-224-5912.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hi, this is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back and we continue here in the second intermission reports, let's look at scores from around the states as the Yankton Bucks are just about to beat the Sioux Center Storm up 13-0 over Sioux Center. 7 goals in the first, 4 in the second, and 2 in the third. As Tucker Rankin, I believe, now has a total of 5 goals. Kylan O'Connor's got a hat trick as well. I think Tucker Rankin's got 5 goals. They keep changing, the thing keeps changing on me. But either way, it's been a lot of goals for Yankton as they will pick up the win over Sioux Center. Aberdeen is trailing Brandon Valley moving into the third period. Justin Peterson and Maxwell Peters have goals for Brandon Valley. Wheeler Malsom has a lone goal for Aberdeen. We'll see the Cougars tomorrow afternoon. But Brandon Valley is looking to start the season 1-0 over the Aberdeen Cougars. Obviously, Brandon Valley just a couple years into varsity hockey, so they're still looking for their first opportunity to make the state tournament, which will be in Sioux Falls. But they're a nice new facility, but they're looking for a good start to the season to put themselves in a position to make the state tournament. Looks like the Rushmore Thunder and Brookings Rangers are underway. Maybe underway. Last update at 9:06, and it's 9:35, so they should be underway. But Rushmore and Brookings, that is the one that we'll keep an eye on as we get to the end of the night to see where that stands. But we'll watch a little bit more closely tomorrow because we'll probably be close to finishing at the same time as we'll start around the same time with 3 o'clock Central Time starts for both those teams. We've got hockey tomorrow at 10:40. The Capitals take on the Aberdeen Cougars. 11 o'clock puck drop. Girls hockey at 11 o'clock. And then a 3 o'clock puck drop between the Capitals boys and the Aberdeen Cougars boys team, as we'll have that from the ODI Center coming up tomorrow on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. So those are your scores around the state. It's a 14-0 lead now for Yankton. 3-1, the White Capitals lead the Mitchell Marlins as we get closer to the start of the third period. When we come back, it is that final regulation period of the night. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters, reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC. 224-6627.
Tech scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty or utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hi, this is Cooper Beesham, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
And we welcome you back here to the Mitchell Toshiba as we get set for our third period between the Caps and the Mitchell Marlins, as it will be 5-on-5 to start this third period. And again, we've got two more games tomorrow, as it'll be 11 o'clock puck drop between the Caps and Cougars in girls hockey, then a 3 o'clock puck drop between the Caps and Cougars at boys hockey, as the Caps girls will look for a 2-0 weekend. We'll see if maybe the boys can get the 2-0 weekend. They still got another 17 minutes left to go before they pick up their first win of the season. Referees back on the ice. They're getting their self ready to go and getting the net on its moorings. Capitals and the Marlins players will be on the ice shortly. Coach Elliott Life and Coach Bryce Mitchell are trying to distract me from calling the hockey game. There's no hockey game going on right now, but even Coach Steele can't distract me from making a call. He can't break me. He's tried. Well, he's unsuccessful at it. He's listening tonight. We appreciate it. Listen, he'll join me at some point over the course of the season, hopefully a couple times, and do some color commentary here for the Capitals games. We hope to have him on the air on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. We appreciate him listening. We also give a shout out to Brian Hermanson and John Katilnik also listening tonight. Both teams making their way back on the ice right now. 5-on-5 to start this third period. The 3-1 lead here for the Capitals over the Marlins. Caps will attack from left to right and the Marlins from right to left. Don't forget, we've got two more hockey games tomorrow. We've got a hockey game on Black Friday as the girls will be at home against the Rushmore Thunder, and their home opener of the season is a 6 o'clock puck drop at the Expo Center before then being out in the Sioux Falls, Brookings area on Saturday and Sunday for some hockey games next weekend as well. Caps with a 3-1 advantage on American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. We go 5-on-5 to start this third period. Dylan Dotson's got 2 goals. Landry Van Rokel's got the first of those 3 goals for the Caps. Drake Grenier's got the only goal for the Mitchell Marlins on the power play. 17 minutes are on the clock. As the top lines and top units are out on the ice here for both these squads to get us started here in the third period. Dylan Dodson will take the face-off with Drake Grenier to get us underway here in the third period, final regulation period of the night. It is won by the Capitals. Bridger Babcock will move it over to the far side, missing for Furman, then missing as well was it Zeal, so there is no icing with that fresh sheet of ice. Up here to Everett Morrison. Good stick there from Bridger Babcock, and now it's Furman. Moves over for Dodson, trying to go back to Furman, but a diving block by Zeal. Out to the blue line, it's held in by Beam. Around it comes to the near side of the corner. Picked up by Furman on his backhand, trying to pass it out to Bridger Babcock. Comes out of the zone. Babcock using his stick wisely, able to keep Morrison from getting the puck. And then the Capitals, Dodson at the blue line, right at the blue line, and then we'll try and dump it in, but it was blocked. And it will come back to Beam, who will skate past the defender and then try to move through a hip check. And it will come out to the blue line again, where it's now Logan Anderson that will kick it into the offensive end. Anderson got to the corner. Anderson starts to come out. That puck hit a puddle of water, so it slowed up for Anderson. There's a shot by Dodson. The save was made. Can't stick it in. On the rebound by Vandenbos. And now it'll come out to the blue line and off the glass out of the zone. Van Rokel here to Beestrom, over to Dodson. Up ahead for Anderson off of his skate. Van Rokel fans on a pass attempt. Beestrom will pick it up, and he'll send it in as he gained the red line. But it was intercepted by Carson Zeal before it went deep. Comes near side for Anderson again. That pass will come up for Schweitzer. Ian Schweitzer walks in, tried to dust it off and toe drag. He lost the puck. Vandenbos got a shot away, but it went on the outside of the goalpost. Anderson trying to keep it in the zone. Now it's springing free for Morrison on a breakaway. Everett Morrison in, shot it wide. Pass trying to come back to the front of the nets. And it's now the Capitals that get it out of the zone. And Everett Morrison had a golden opportunity to make it 3-2, but just shot it wide of Noah Luking, who made himself big in front of the crease. It is Schweitzer that will grab it here for the Capitals. He fans in the pass attempt. Morrison keeps it in the offensive zone for the Marlins. Vandenbos now for Beestrom. Pass up for Schweitzer off of his stick, but out of the zone. As the Marlins try and tag back up, the puck was left free, and Logan Anderson will send it around the boards as he'll go off for a change. Brecken Furman back on the ice, along with Schweitzer right now, trying to battle for the puck. It'll come free for Furman, and Furman waiting to center one, sent it too far and too fast for Bowder, and it will come out of the zone, and it will now be set here for Beam. Beam's pass for Babcock. His pass was blocked as it was right in the middle of the ice. Dodson grabs it, moves it in. He is tripped up. Penalty coming up against the Marlins, and it will be a penalty and a power play. Boys and Girls Club power play for the Capitals. Dodson was tripped. Third power play now for Oahe. With 14:04 to go here in the third period. Let's see if the Caps can answer on their first power play. Their third power play, get their first one. Jack Hone is the one that gets called for the penalty. And on the face-off win, it is here for the Capitals. For Dodson at the blue line, trying to send it across. It was knocked down, diving for it, but it's played over for Beam. His shot went wide of the net. Out to the blue line. It's out of the zone. Grenier got it up for Morrison. Morrison sidesteps Dodson. Morrison still with it. His pass was blocked by Bridger Babcock, who is looking like a forward on the power play right now. Maybe park himself in front of the nets. Behind the nets, puck is going to be covered up as it started to squeak free in front. It was covered up by Polrise. We get a whistle. 13:24 left to go here in the third period. 1:21 remaining in the power play. 3-1 lead for the Capitals on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. Caps are trying to finish off a first win of the season. They still got 13:20 to go and just a 2-goal lead right now. Going to continue to protect that 2-goal lead and maybe add on to it. Dodson carries in the offensive zone. Dodson with a shot and rolls off of a stick, and it will go into the netting. We get a whistle with 13:10 to go here in the third period. 24 shots on goal for the Caps, 8 for the Marlins. Face off to the right of Polrise. Here is Babcock on the face-off win for the Capitals. Beam over for Dodson, a shot. Save was made. The rebound was off of Babcock, and it was stopped again by Polrise. Beam over for Bowder, trying to pass it quickly to Dodson, fanned on it. Puck will come back to Dodson at the point. One-timer for Beam, and he fans on that one. And then Babcock is able to push his man to the ice and keep the puck here in the offensive zone for the Capitals. Although it was nearly turned over, it's grabbed by Beam. He'll keep it in the zone. Beam moves it over for Furman, goes over to Dodson on that far side. Dodson behind the nets. His pass, that one he fanned on it and we sent all the way down. Lukey will have to come out of his net to play it with Morrison chasing him down. And it almost went off of Morrison, but now Furman will grab it with 17 to go on the power play. Up ahead to Beam as he'll tip it in the zone. Beam will win the race to the puck first. Trying to center one for Dodson, send it over to Bowder, but couldn't get a stick on it. 7 seconds to go on the power play. Van Rokel with that shot attempt that was initially blocked. Puck is still loose. Van Rokel on a backhander. It was blocked, and then batting it out of the air. Puck is still in the offensive zone. Out to the blue line as we're back to 5-on-5. The Caps are 0 for 3 in the Boys and Girls Club power play. In the corner it is for the Mitchell Marlins. Now we'll go up ahead. We'll go out of play as Aiden Beam was trying to make like a center fielder robbing a home run. Trying to keep it in play, but it does go out, and it is a offensive zone face-off for the Capitals. Be to the right of Gavin Polrise with 11:48 remaining here in the third period. 5-on-5 hockey. 3-1 lead for the Caps. Here is now a shot from Van Rokel that will go off of a body in front. Pass will come back out to Beestrom, just a bit too far for him to keep it in the zone. But he did pass it to Van Rokel, who gave it back to him, and now it's Vandenbos in the offensive zone. Up ahead for Schweitzer, and he fails on the shot attempt as he got his stick lifted in the last moment. This is held in by the Caps again. Logan Anderson. Caps have really dominated most of this play in the hockey game to this point, and they have a 2-goal lead to show for it. Logan Anderson sends one to the net. Polrise made the save, swiped away by Polrise. It was not covered, and the Caps, though, couldn't get another shot away. Comes out of the zone by Mitchell, and now we will get a whistle, and it will be a penalty against the Capitals. A trip is going to be called. And who is going to the penalty box? Asher Vandenbos gets called for the trip. So Vandenbos, that is just his first penalty. He was serving the too many men penalty, but he does not get credit for that penalty. But it's now the 5th Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill. Face-off will be to the right of Luking. The only time that the Marlins have scored have been on the power play. As Everett Morrison will have it in the neutral zone. Morrison to the far side, off the boards to himself and back into the offensive end. Morrison with a wraparound chance, and Lukey was able to get around to that far side post to keep his pad on it. Now it's Logan Anderson that will send it in deep. Around the boards to the far side, Schweitzer plays it off the boards to the corner. And it's now for Schweitzer. He'll send it right back out of the zone over the attacking end, and Beam will settle it down. The Caps can take more time off the power play. This will be sent down, but it was blocked initially. Bridger Babcock now has it again, and he'll set it in, and he'll dump and chase and look to attack shorthanded. Babcock got to it. He's going to kill some more time. As the Marlins, now it's Brennan Penny that has it, and Penny will move it here to the near side. Morrison into the offensive zone. He'll stop, he'll send it backdoor fee, but that one missed as he was trying to get to Grenier. Out the blue line, Zoss with a shot, rebound, they score! It is a 3-2 game. Jack Hone on the power play makes it 3-2 with 9:50 remaining here in the third period. Second power play goal for the Marlins. Jack Hone gets it, his first of the year. He had just 1 goal all of last season. And things become very interesting now with a 3-2 score. Grenier, should be Zoss that should get an assist. He took the initial shot. So 3-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Capitals in the corner in the offensive attacking zone. Furman will try and center one for Dodson. Out to Landry Van Rokel. And it's now for Deegan. Connor Deegan carries in the zone. That shot goes off the right pad of Luking. Couple players tumble down. And now to be sent here back to the blue line. Penny with a shot. That was blocked by Furman. And Furman plays it off the boards and out of the zone. But Penny right back on the puck. He'll send it back in. 9:10 to go here in the third period. 2 power play goals for the Mitchell Marlins. Makes this a 1-goal game. Brecken Furman here for the Caps, looking to try and pass it up ahead to Bowder, but he was covered, so he will dump it in. On that far side, here's a pass that just misses as he was looking to go up ahead to Reimnitz. Now this will be turned over the neutral zone. The Marlins back in. There's a shot, and that was a right blocker save made by Luking. That one came from the stick of Schultz. And now it's Reimnitz back in again. Reimnitz on that far side. Into the corner. It's grabbed by Dodson, who almost swung it out in front of his own net, lost the puck, but now he's going to move into the offensive zone. Moves it in 2-on-2. Dodson swings to the entire defense of the Marlins. Wraparound chance, and it is stopped by Polreis, and he'll get a whistle with 8:16 to go here in the third period. $8:16 to go here in the third period. It is 3-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. The face-off to the right of Polreis. This will be moved to the boards. Lyle Bonney. Now it's a shot and a save made. That coming from Jim Netto. Polreis covers for the whistle. 8:05 remaining here in the third period. Caps are trying to get that 2-goal lead back. Marlins had tied it 1-1 before Dodson's 2 goals at the end of the period. This will be Bridger Babcock moving out of the zone. Capitals. Here is now Aiden Bowder. Make that Caden Waltei that moves in. Waltei's shot goes wide of the glove side of Polreis. It'll go all the way down the zone and a race for it. Everett Morrison. Good stick there from Bridger Babcock to now not allow Morrison to pick it up. And now it's turned over. Grenier can't get a shot away. Grenier will trip up. And there's a shot on the delayed whistle. Grenier will get called for the trip. He was making the case that he did not trip up the man. But Grenier will have his second penalty with 7:38 remaining here in the third period. And this is the 4th Boys and Girls Club power play now for the Capitals. And I guess it's not necessarily a must-have to win the hockey game, but you feel like you got to have this one to secure a win here in this hockey game. 28-11 in shots, 3-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Face-off was won. Diving play by Beam to hold it in the zone. Here is Dodson. That shot was redirected and it ends up going out of the zone by Mitchell. Beam looked like a center fielder earlier, trying to keep a puck from going out of play. That time he looked like a shortstop making a diving catch on a hard-hit ball up the middle. And it's now Dylan Dodson from his own blue line. Dodson carries in the offensive zone. He'll spin a circle. Backhanded pass. Furman, there's a shot that got through from Beam. Furman lost his balance, but he was able just to touch it and play it over to Beam. Now Luking behind his own net. As Mitchell becoming very aggressive on the penalty kill. There's a shot for the blue line that's sticked away by Luking and out of the zone. 6:58 to 6:54 to go here in the third period. Schweitzer, Anderson, and Vandenbos will come on the ice. Van Rokel as well, along with Bridger Babcock. Schweitzer will take the face off to the left of Noah Luking. This pass up ahead for Anderson. Good play here for Anderson. Carries it in, 1:08 to go on the power play for the Capitals. Anderson pass goes across, that's intercepted by Hone. Hone does not have the speed to get in front of Anderson, but he'll shoot it beyond the blue line, and a save made by Luking to get the whistle with 6:36 to go here in the third period. 59 seconds remaining on the power play. 3-2 lead here for the Caps. They're trying to hold on to go to 1-0 in the season. Mitchell, who lost last night 8-4, trying to split the weekend matchups and be at 1-1 going into the Thanksgiving holiday. Hone will send it back into the offensive zone. Caps can get set back up again. 45 seconds still to go on the power play. Still got time to move up the ice. Schweitzer fans on the pass attempt, but it stayed with him. His pass over for Bridger Babcock. Didn't catch it cleanly off the board, so he will settle things down and have the puck cleanly, and then the Caps are offside as Schweitzer moved it in. 32 seconds to go on the power play. 6:09 remaining here in the third period. Face-off will be just beyond the Mitchell Marlins blue line. Schweitzer again will take it, and he'll win it for Van Roekel. Landry Van Roekel here comes to the near side for Anderson. He'll set things up in the power play. He'll walk across the blue line. Sends it down to the face-off circle for Schweitzer. Try to go backdoor feed, but that is going to be intercepted by the Marlins and sent down the ice. And now a 2-on-1 race, but Luking will come out of his net, turned over, but that shot was blocked. And now the Caps with one last rush up the ice. Asher Vandenbos with 3 seconds to go in the power play. Leaves it for Schweitzer, and coming out of the penalty box now is Grenier, and he'll be sent back in by Beam. You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. In the offensive zone here for Grenier. His shot was blocked and goes into the netting with 5:24 to go here in the third period. 3-2 is their score here in the third. 29-13 in shots in favor of the Capitals. Dylan Dodson scored twice in 1 minute and 12 seconds late in the second period to make it a 3-1 game. Grenier's goal, make that Hone's power play goal from Grenier, made it a 3-2 game. 2 power play goals for the Mitchell Marlins to keep them in this, as it's now moved up ahead. Dodson on his backhand, got it to the front of the net, and Bowder just put it wide. Maybe got a stick on it, or a piece of it was polarized. This is at the blue line. Bowder is able to hold the zone again. Up ahead for Dodson. His shot was blocked. Still loose, and Dodson then swung it wide. Near side, Keller Shaw trying to hold the zone, but it's now Morrison. 2-on-1 come the Marlins. Morrison feeds it across, over a shot, they score! We are tied at 3. It is Cade Sabers to tie it up with 4:52 remaining here in the third period. Sabers second of the season. And a great pass from Morrison. Flipped it over the stick and got it to go. And it's now 3-3 on the American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffle by his scoreboard with 4:52 remaining here in the third period. Just 14 shots on goal for the Marlins. But 2 power play goals and that great feed from Morrison to Grenier, to Sabers, excuse me, has got this thing tied up. Morrison trying to move it in the offensive zone. It'll be now offside against the Marlins, as Morrison was still in the offensive zone. And Grenier brought it in offside. 4:30 to go here in the third period. Face off just outside the Capitals' blue line. Jim Netto will take it here for the Caps. Bridger Babcock, a pass goes over for Beam. Up and out of the zone. And then it'll be sent back in, cross ice dump in for the Marlins. Babcock in the corner. Good stop and start move to get away from the Marlins. And then Lyle Bonnie out of the zone. Racing for it was Netto. Bonnie blocks a pass attempt. Comes in the offensive zone for a moment as it bounces around off of Reimnitz. Babcock's pass misses the stick of Neto. Comes here near side. Connor Deegan's pass off of Bonnie. Puck is still loose. Hone in the offensive zone and trying to settle it down. Someone trying to take the puck for both these teams. And the puck will come out to the blue line. That shot got all the way through. It was much of a changeup, but it was sticked away by Luking. Puck is loose. Neto got somewhat kicked by Deegan trying to kick the puck. As he fell to the ice, this puck will come out of the zone. And now it's going to be Bonnie trying to move it up ahead for Walti. Bonnie now will pick it back up. Here is Bonnie with a shot. It was blocked off a stick, diving for it. There's a shot on by Walti, and I think a save was made by Polreis, who didn't even see the puck. Walti leaves it for Van Rokel. That shot was blocked. Marlins are scrambling right now. That puck will be sent down the ice. It will not go far enough for an icing. Cooper Beestrom will get to the puck with 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Beestrom here on the near side comes out of the zone as he move it up into the offensive zone. Beestrom, his pass over for Walti. Walti's shot, it was blocked. Still loose in the slot and out of the corner. Walti back again. Vandenbos. His pass was fanned on, but Schweitzer picks it up. Back to Vandenbos, trying a one-timer, but fanned on it. Now back to Walti again. His shot got through and a save made by Polreis. Couple of really good shots there and a lot of action for Caden Walti, but could not find the back of the net with 2:31 to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the rights of Gavin Polreis. Schweitzer and Grenier will take the face-off. 3-3 tie here in the third. It'll be one Anderson with a shot. Polreis got to say the puck is still loose around the net. Trying to find it. It'll bounce its way into Polreis. And he was able to get the glove on it to get the whistle. 2:22 to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the right of Polreis again. Schweitzer, Vandenbos, and Anderson on the ice right now for the Caps. Drake Grenier, we get a whistle with Anderson too close. And it will force Schweitzer out of the face-off dot. So Anderson will come in to take the face-off against Grenier. And Grenier will win that one easily over to the corner. And it comes out of the zone. Good stick lift there by Anderson. He'll send it back around. And there is no icing. Play continues with 2:10 to go here in the third period. At the blue line, out of the zone, Bridger Babcock has it. Babcock waiting for the Caps to tag back up. He'll carry it in the offensive zone as he is onside. Missed the shot attempt, comes out of the zone, and now it's going to be moved by Sabres. He was checked off the puck. Schweitzer will pick it up for the Caps with 1:50 to go here in the third period. Schweitzer around the boards here to Logan Anderson. Out to the blue line. It is out of the zone. Morrison will settle things down. As it is Lincoln Zasa will pass it across. It's intercepted by the Capitals. Back in the offensive zone here for Vandenbos. It'll be back behind the nets with 1:25 remaining. This will be popped high up in the air. Glove down by Beam. It'll be now here for Bridger Babcock that will send it back in as he was inside the red line. Caps will make a change with 1:15 to go here in the third period. This will be sent down. They will wave off icing. St. Van Rokel took the wrong path to it to keep it from being trying to keep it an icing. Here is Aiden Beam with some space into the offensive zone. Dodson, a shot and a save made by Polreis. Didn't catch it cleanly. Play continues. Now it's again here, Vandenbos looking for an opportunity. Throws it to the net. That one will be blocked off the pads of Polreis. Moving in, and to keep it in the zone was Bowder. 43 seconds to go here in the third period. 37-14 in shots, but a 3-3 tie. This will come out of the zone. Dodson will pick it back up in the neutral zone at his blue line. His pass was intercepted, and then it'll be sent in by the Marlins, where Van Rokel will send it across over to Beam. 23 seconds to go here in the third period. This will be moved up ahead. It'll be Dodson that will carry it in. Dodson with a shot goes wide. 15 seconds to go here in the third period. Play continues. Caps looking for one more shot here with 7 seconds to go. Puck starting to come free out in front of the slot. Down to 3 seconds. Dodson in front. Furman scores! As time expires, Bracken Furman has just won the hockey game. Unbelievable with a shot by Furman. The puck was turned over. And Bracken Furman, his first varsity goal, will win it for the Caps 4-3. I don't know if they'll put any time back on the clock or not. But a huge, huge win. They will say that time expired. The game will be over and the Caps will win it 4-3 on a Bracken Furman goal to win it.
As time expires, we have
a big 2 points for the Caps.
Number 10, Bracken Furman.
And the Mitchell Marlins, who had the opportunity for the point, will come away with nothing this weekend. What a goal by Bracken Furman. His first varsity goal in his first varsity game. Wins it as time expires here tonight. A 4-3 winner for the Caps. Good to the last second. 4-3 win for Oahe. We'll step aside and we'll come back with our post-game show. You're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Giving Tuesday is quickly approaching, a day when generosity transforms lives. At the Boys and Girls Club of the capital area, every dollar you give helps open doors for local kids to learn, grow, and thrive in a safe and supportive environment. Your gift provides mentoring, academic support, and experiences the school can't provide, all in a place that believes every child has a great future. Your donation makes a real difference and could help you save on taxes. To donate, visit bgccaparea.org or contact the club at 605-295-4412. Help kids and make a lasting impact.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local family-owned full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Whether you're a first-time buyer looking for a home of your own, or you have an eye on an investment property, First Fidelity Bank has the right mortgage for you. From a vacation home to building your dream house from the ground up. So stop by and get your mortgage loan from us. First Fidelity Bank. First-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Hi, this is Dylan Dotson, the captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back into the postgame show, the Oahe Capitals get a win in the last seconds as Brecken Furman scores to win it 4-3. As time expired, we are joined with assistant coach Elliot Life. And Elliot, I don't know if I've ever seen a game end like that in regulation on a buzzer beater to win it in regulation. Have you ever seen that before?
No, I have not. And it was just an amazing play. Brecken just happened to be at the right spot, the right moment, and he took advantage of it. Good young guy taking advantage of his opportunity.
His first varsity game, and that's how you score your first varsity goal. I mean, there's got to be a lot of highs of scoring your first varsity goal. That one might be, other than an overtime winner, but that one might be better than an overtime winner.
Absolutely. I didn't even pretty much put it up there as an overtime winner with time expiring, but I'm so proud of him, and I know our entire team is very proud of him for scoring that first goal. It's a big milestone for him, and there should be more to come from him as well.
Well, and you do this after it was a 3-1 lead after the second period. Mitchell scores to make it 3-2. Then they tie the game up with just under 5 minutes to go. And at that point, you're not just trying to hang on. You're not saying, well, we got to get to overtime or anything like that. But the momentum's on the Mitchell side. What was kind of set on the bench to kind of make sure guys stayed settled down and not let the games not start chasing the game?
Yeah, if you couldn't tell I thought it looked like we were getting pretty tired out there, and we needed to pick me up. We needed to stick to our MO. We got away from it for a little bit there, if you couldn't tell, and the boys kind of realized it, and they looked at each other and said, hey, all right, we got to go do something about it.
Well, Noah Luking gets his first varsity start. He faces, I believe, 14 shots on goal, if I can read my own writing right. He ended up with 14 shots on goal against him. His first varsity start, what do you think of his performance?
He looked solid all around. I think he looked solid. Obviously things to improve on, things to build on, and that's not just him. That's the entire team as a whole. But overall, we thought he played very well, and once again, another guy we should see more to come from.
But now you turn around and you face Aberdeen tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Obviously, some might be staying here in Mitchell. Some might be going to Aberdeen. But how important is it to get some rest tonight after a game that we'll get out of the rink here at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night and be back on, for some JV. They'll be playing JV at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. How important is it to be able to be fresh for tomorrow now?
Yeah, it's going to be very, very important. That Aberdeen team up there, they're solid. They're a solid squad. They got some good players, and they're going to be ready to give it to us tomorrow, and we got to be ready to match their energy and start off on the right foot from JV all the way through. But yeah, that rest is very important, and I hope our boys get it tonight.
Well, and this is a team that after missing the state tournament last year, a lot of guys are returning for this year. Not that a game one win or a loss is going to make or break a season by any means, but how nice is it to get that first win right away in game one to again, maybe nobody was thinking about, when are we going to get that first win or anything like that, but to be able to get that first win, how important is it for this group to feel that confidence right away?
It's so important. And like you said, I totally agree with you. The first game doesn't make or break your season, but down the stretch, when you get to late February, it could come back to haunt you and bite you a little bit. So it's huge that we got that first one, and we got some confidence going into tomorrow, and excited to see what happens.
Well, appreciate the time. Congratulations on that first win, and we'll see you tomorrow in Aberdeen.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, John.
That is Coach Elliot Life, the assistant coach for the Oahe Capitals, as they win it 4-3. Brecken Furman gets the game-winning goal as time expired. I've not been a part of a lot of games where I've never seen a game that ended with I've seen tie games happen at the last second. One, from a couple years ago for the Capitals when Ashton Grease scored a goal with a second left to tie the game and send it into overtime, but I've not seen a game-winning goal as time expired. The Brecken Furman, it was definitely in before the clock had expired. Furman got the goal to his first varsity goal in his first varsity game in the regular season, and Furman nets it, buries it, and the Caps will win it 4-3 on the turnover. That gives them the win and holds on to get the win. I would say holds on, but really didn't hold on because you took it at the last second. It was tied up, and Mitchell, the good thing for the Mitchell Marlins right now is your weekend is done. You played last night. You're not playing on Sunday. You played last night and tonight. you can reset going into next weekend, because it's a really dejecting loss, because it's not just an overtime loss. Because you didn't get to overtime, you don't get that extra point. That really, again, whether it comes down to 1 point or not at the end of the season, you don't want to look back at that and say, boy, if we would have had that 1 point going into overtime, even if we didn't win, maybe, Brecken Furman scores 2 seconds into overtime, whatever it is, we still would have got that point. Could be a back-breaking loss at the end of the season for the Mitchell Marlins. But as Coach Life was talking about, doesn't make or break a season the first couple games. Still plenty of times to go, but you don't want that to be the case. You don't want to look back and say, what if in this game, especially because you got it tied 3-3, and you just couldn't finish. You couldn't get that to overtime in the final seconds. But the Caps, that's 2 big points. And then for the Caps, you're also saying how important it can be when it comes down to the final stretch and you're in a race with Mitchell, and maybe if you find a way somewhere in there that you're going to be tied, or you might end up being a point above Mitchell, whatever it might be, how key that is that they kept the Marlins from getting that point, and they picked up the 2 points in this win. But Brecken Furman wins it as time expired. Landry Van Rokel got the first goal of the game. The Caps led 1-0 after 1. Mitchell tied it up 1-1 with a power play goal from Drake Grenier. By the way, Ian Schweitzer and Cooper Beestrom had the assists on that Van Rokel goal. Actually, they have changed it to Schweitzer. I thought it was Schweitzer that had scored anyway to begin in that first goal. So Van Rokel and Beestrom will have the assists, but Schweitzer does get the goal. Drake Grenier has the tying goal 1-1 before Dylan Dawson scored a minute and 12 seconds apart. He scored 2 goals to make it 3-1 at the end of 2 periods. It was a goal from Jack Hone on the power play and Cade Sabers with 4:52 to go to make it 3-3. And then Brecken Furman's shot and goal to win it as time expired. And the Caps will pick up a huge 2 points to open up the season here tonight. We've got another 2 games coming up tomorrow. It'll be the Caps and Cougars tomorrow afternoon with tomorrow morning to get started. 10:40 in the morning with 11 o'clock puck drop. And then we'll have a 2:40 coverage right around there for the boys game with a 3 o'clock puck drop, as we'll be in Aberdeen for both those games tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow morning and in the afternoon. Real quick, final score updates before we are done here tonight. Yankton wins 15-0 over Sioux Center. Aberdeen wins in overtime, so they play an overtime game. And Brady Oswald gets the OT winner. They beat Brandon Valley 4-3 to pick up the overtime win, as it was a goal scored by Briggs Medill that tied the game up. And then it was Brady Oswald that got the game winner for the Aberdeen Cougars. Watertown won 3-1, and the only other game going on right now, Rushmore is leading 1-0 over the Brookings Rangers, as that is just says in progress, so we can't tell you how far into the first period or even in the second period they are right now. But it is a 1-0 lead for the Rushmore Thunder. Andrew Welling had the power play goal from Colton Merchant, and that, or it may have a power play goal, it should be. Yep, it is a power play goal from Andrew Welling. So that is your scores from around the states as we wrap things up. I want to say thanks to Eliza Mayer back at the station, Corbin Beestrom, who ran the camera for us here in this hockey game, and John McClure saying good nights from the Mitchell Toshiba. The Caps win it in the final second. Brecken Furman's game-winning goal. The Caps win it 4-3 over the Mitchell Marlins, as we say good night from Mitchell.
You've been listening to the Oahe Capitals on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Capitals are brought to you by Leisure Palace, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, AGE, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Dakota Storm Roofing, Beck Motor Company, Birding Electric, First Fidelity Bank, Xander Auto Parts, State Farm Becky Potsuba Agency, River Bottom Sanitation, the Boys and Girls Club, Hermanson Orthodontics, Weatherall Roofing, Wagner Auto, the
South Dakota office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. And American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency. Join us all season for more Capitals hockey here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports.